So we were out the range today with a little bit of a throwback. You know, this is a couple years old. It's the model R73 32 H&R Magnum. It's H&R. It's a 32 Magnum, which is basically a Magnum. They've Magnumized the 32 Smith & Wesson long. So you can shoot the 32 H&R Magnum in it, and it's kind of snappy, you know, a little bit of recoil with it. Or you can shoot the 32 Smith & Wesson longs, and it works just fine. I'm not positive, I didn't try it, but I'm pretty sure you could shoot 32 Smith & Wesson shorts in it as well.
Check before you do it?
Yeah, I would double check before you do that, but I'm pretty sure that would work fine. You wouldn't want to make a steady habit of that though, because you'd build up a burn ring in your chamber. But
5 rounds.
It's a 5-round cylinder. It is a beefy gun. I mean, this is, even though it's just 5 rounds, this isn't like a real slim, like a Colt Detective Special type thing. It's kind of thick. Beefy.
Yep.
As far as how it's shot, we shot first the 32 H&R Magnums, and I'll just put it out there. This is not an indictment on that ammo or even guns that shoot it. This gun, because it's a sample size of 1, does not like 32 the shooting the Magnums. Well,
shooting double action or single?
Single.
You're left, I know that. Real left, like on the edge of the plywood.
Wow. Okay. Well, just FYI, I shot completely to the right edge of the plywood on that last shot.
I thought that barrel looked like a hockey stick.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's what's the movie that they shoot around corners?
Oh, what was that?
Matrix or something like that? Like no,
I can't remember.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith or something like that.
No, I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, this is a
skill that Craig acquired is.
Yeah. Okay, let's try this again here.
10 yards, it's every bit of it proved itself to be at least a foot, if not 18 inches off.
Well, we were at 15 yards.
15 yards.
And it was a foot to the left.
Yeah. Consistently.
Consistently. There's this particular pistol, there's no adjustment for windage at all in the sights. So you have to learn where it shoots and then adjust. And of course, as your range gets longer, that's more that it's going to be off. So it would make it challenging to shoot. So overall, what do you think of it, shooting it?
I mean,
the Magnums first.
The Magnums first. Aside from not being able to hit what you're pointing at, I liked it. It's a solid gun. Doesn't have a lot of hop. We were shooting mostly single action on it, and sights are a little bit tough to pick up. It's kind of the old school. Grab the metal on metal color, you know. Yeah. There's nothing standing out that you can really. It's really meant to be a 5-yard gun. Let's be honest. It's when somebody's on top of you for self-defense or whatever. It's
yeah, it's a snub nose meant for very close quarters.
But they do have I can't think of what this is called, the real skinny handle on it, but they make up for it, so I'm not wrapping my fingers around my hand a couple times. It's got thickness in there separating it. Felt all right in the hand shooting it. I shot it a couple times, double action. Probably not something I'm going to buy, but it was fun shooting it. I've never shot a 32 before.
Yeah, I've never shot one before. I was kind of the same way. I enjoyed shooting it. There aren't many guns that I don't enjoy shooting.
Right.
I think I made a comment in the video that, you know, I've never fired a gun I didn't like. That's not entirely true. There are a couple I've shot that I did not like. Not high points, but as far as overall shooting, like I said, with the Magnums, it was way off to the left. So,
but
we switched it up and shot the 32.
And it was dead nuts
the longs, and it was point of aim, the point of impact.
So I don't know what the science is behind that. I'm sure there's somebody out there that knows that, and if you do, put it in the comments. We'd love to know. But literally from 5 minutes later, putting the less powerful rounds in it, it was putting it right where we were aiming. So
yeah, I don't quite understand that.
Chances of us being able to be good shooters all of a sudden after 30 seconds,
pretty slim.
We were doing the same things.
Yep. So overall, I would say it's an interesting firearm.
Zero utility except what?
Well, I mean, it's
Saturday night special.
It's a classic Saturday night special type firearm. Nothing wrong with it. It's a little snub nose. Just like all of them, they're intended for close range. They're not a long range firearm. That's not to say you couldn't get good shooting at longer ranges, but that's not what they're made for. This is made to be easily concealable, have some oomph to it. I mean, the 32 Magnum has some power behind it. Just be aware that with this gun anyway, that if you're shooting the more powerful rounds, aim to the right. But
how much, what's street value?
Actually, I'm not sure what the street value is. I'll look that up and I'll put it on the video.
Oh, look at this, it's coming up at the bottom of the screen right here.
Yeah, it's like magic. So yeah, I'll run that on there. Interesting firearm. This is,
get them!
You can't see it, it's off camera, but a black Jaguar just ran across the field. It's the house variety, but anyway.
He timed it well.
Yeah, he did. Just kind of like, what is that, 80 squirrel? Yeah. But anyway, I think it's an interesting firearm. It's not one that I would necessarily go out of my way to purchase.
That's what I'm getting at. The utility's low on it.
Yes.
If you've got one that Grandpa gives you, sweet. Hang on to it. Have some fun with it.
Have some fun with it. I think this is a fun range firearm. There's so many better options these days for concealed carry.
Yep.
That is still a big, bulky, heavy concealed carry firearm for 5 rounds. Now, granted, you're going to have 5 rounds with some oomph to it, but I don't think you're going to have any more oomph to it than you do like a 9mm or a 9mm plus B especially.
With 3 or 4 times as
with 3 or 4 times as rounds. So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up from there. If any of you have one of these, let us know in the comments what you think of them.
We don't hate it. Don't get that from us.
No,
we're not hating it.
From a point, I would give it 3.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, so, and that's solely just for the utility factor of it. As far as firearms go, I won't say it's a beautiful firearm, but it's not unattractive either.
I would be swayed either up or down on the scale of stars. We gave it 3 stars, depending on what you find out the cost is. If this is retailing for $500 or more, it goes down. It's not worth it. I would
agree with that.
If you can pick these up for $250, $275, right around there, maybe even $300, I might give you another half star or full star on it.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. So we'll find out. You'll know the same time we're talking here. So because we'll scroll that up and. But I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up from there. Like I said, if you have one, let us know your thoughts on it. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to continue to see more like it. We're trying to grow the channel. Hopefully you enjoy the content. If you have any suggestions or anything, things you'd like us to do, let us know. And I guess we'll wrap up there. Until next time, stay safe.